Natural products wasn't the in thing back in 90s, and Tanamera, which literally means red earth, sourced their raw materials from the rich soil of the tropical rainforest. In 1999, the brand name of this spa grew from formulating, designing and manufacturing health supplements for multi-level and wholesale companies to flourishing home spa market. To tell us more about Tanamera's journey to its success, we have in our studio today the Managing Director of Tanamera Tropical Spa, Muhammad Faisal Ahmad Fazil. Hello Faisal, how are you today?
Sehat, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So tell us about yourself.
About myself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm a sibling of four. My two elder sister and two brother. And basically we are from here. You know, I mean, we are from...
Klang Valley.
Well, my mom is from Muar and my dad from Perak. You know, but kita orang semua we are staying here now lah.
I see. Yeah. So what is the story behind Tanamera and what is the aim of Tanamera?
Well, Tanamera actually started, it's like what you were saying just now. When we started our business, we were doing a lot of OEM contract manufacturing for different clients like Causeway, Amway, Revel, and a few other mostly multi-level marketing. But we were doing a lot more on food supplements, soaps, or things like that. And then we realized that, especially dairy, we realized that there is a potential for us to go into personal care market. We were not strong in personal care market at that time, but we wanted to do something natural. So we came up with this concept called Tanamera. It was never really arranged. We were not interested to do into retail and marketing. We just want to show, okay, this is what people should do. You know, we work on the concept of eco, of natural and all that, and we came up with 8 products.
I see.
And that's how we started. And then from 8 products, we were carrying it everywhere to show to people, say this is what you should do. But people were not keen on natural product per se at that time. So after a few years of doing that, we realized that we decided that we should go into it. And that's how Tanamera started.
I see. Yeah. How about the aim of the Tanamera?
Well, I think one of the things, because my family background is actually quite interesting. My mom was have been involved with traditional herbs for many years. She learned from my dad's auntie, who is the royal midwife of the Perak royal family in the olden days, right? So my mom decided to take over this information and started to learn, jatuhkan lah, all the information and all that. And then she started doing her own jamu, doing her own mange, lulo, scrub and all that. So we decided to see what we can do with that knowledge. But because we are quite modern, we have traveled, so we wanted to do something more modern. And that's what the concept of Tanamera is all about. To bring something that is very traditional, which is the Malay art of wellness, and bring it into the 21st century.
I see.
But and also we inject a lot of the Malay art of wellness. It's not only just selling a bar soap. It's not just selling a postnatal set, but it is about introducing the concept of the Malay art of wellness into the public. That's always been our philosophy from day one.
I see. Amazing. So what were the challenges did you face when opening up Tanamera?
Challenges were a lot, of course. If you can talk to any business people, the normal challenge will be, getting funding. Most banks in Malaysia don't really like to fund anything that have not been proven. They will only want to get involved when you already have a lot of money. Banks are not very friendly for entrepreneurs in this country. So we had to start everything on our own. Thank God we have our business, and then we pour our own funding into doing the R&D, doing the development of products and all that. But there was zero funding on marketing, because our strength has always been product development, creation and all that. So, and also other than the finance issues, I think the other challenge is actually trying to go into the market. Bear in mind, we were quite early. Now natural product is very popular. Now you see everybody want to claim they're natural, even though they're not natural. Everybody claim they have 1 drop of essential oil, and then they say, oh, we are natural. But the rest is all chemical based and all that. So, but when we started doing Tanamera, we we have always been very focused. We want to be 100% plant-based, 100% natural. And because of that, the challenge was actually trying to do the product and market it at a not too expensive, but we were quite premium. And our concept was very fresh at that time. We were using brown paper, none is fully recycled, non-bleach. Of course, we don't do any animal testing and all that. And one of the biggest challenge that we had was actually acceptance by Malaysian themselves. Malaysian just cannot believe that we can do this. So they say, oh, how come your product is so expensive, comparative to other local product? But what we are doing was very international standard. So that was the biggest challenge, is actually to change people's mindset that local brand can be better than a lot of the imported product. Which I think over the years we have managed to do that. We have proven ourselves. So a lot of our users have been with us for many, many years. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
I see. I hope that we can change the people perception.
It is changing actually, and I think initially being a post-colonial country, right? We always look like mata biru, right? That's why a lot of Malays now like to wear contact lens, right? I don't understand that myself, but people always wanted to be more white. If anything come from the US, it must be better. If come from the UK, it must be better than local product and all that. So, but we stick to what we were doing. We refuse to say, I had expert telling me that, oh, why don't you say that formulated in the US or formulated in France? I said, no, this is formulated by Malaysian, Every single step of the way are all done by Malaysian, designed by Malaysian. We won international award in our design. We won international award in our formulation. We won award in Germany, in Dubai, in Japan. We managed to do it by being Malaysian and being very proudly Malaysian. And now I think the perception of Malaysian now have changed a lot because Malaysian have traveled. Before, I think our biggest market are mostly tourists in Malaysia mostly tourists, expats who understand the concept of natural product. But now, alhamdulillah, I think our biggest supporters are fellow Malaysian. And to me, that's the thing that I'm really, really proud of. People actually buy Tanamera products as a gift when they go overseas to just give it to people. It's funny, I have people from Japan who actually I met and then actually asked me about Tanamera and where to buy Tanamera product, and they don't even know I'm involved with Tanamera. So that's how, because they receive Tanamera as gift from their friends when their friends go from Malaysian who actually go to Japan. Yeah.
I see. So what sets Tanamera different from other home spa products that is now available in the market?
I always believe we have a lot of good brands in Malaysia. But I think one of the focus that Tanamera have always been that differentiate us from a lot of other home spa is that we are very, what we call purists. When we say natural, we are natural. We make sure that the product does have gone through really very intensive study on its stability, on its effect, and all that. We do not take any shortcut. A lot of people, there are some home spa products. I'm not saying all. Some of them are really, really good. Which I've seen, like what's that one brand? But even then, they're all very French influenced. But we decided to go. We are Malaysian and we are Malays. So ours is like Lulo, Mangi, Scrub, but we make it international, not the other way around. But a lot of home spa product you realize is very Eurocentric. We are completely the other way around. We are actually Malay-centric. But even though we are Malay-centric, we are international standard. That's why a lot of our biggest market are places like Germany, Russia, even Vietnam, certain part of Middle East, and all that, because they love the concept of the Malay art of wellness.
So we keep it traditional.
Well, it's a balancing game. You cannot have it too traditional, because if things are too traditional, then especially the local market would not be able to appreciate it. And traditional product is a lot of work. Like you have to prepare yourself, like rempah mandi wanita, right? You have to boil it and all that. Who have the time? So we modernize it to a certain degree without losing its soul. Like for example, our best-selling product is our scrub soap. Traditional is that you have to take the powder, you have to mix it with water, you have to blend, you apply, and you have to scrub. But now we just put it all in a bar soap, which is our best-selling product everywhere in the world. It is still our best-selling product. So it's like a sabun mangi lah, you know, but very high quality, very high concentration. So it is a balancing act of modernizing it without losing its soul, and that's what Tanamera have always been very good in. Yeah.
I see. Very interesting. So in terms of market presence, how far has Tanamera reached?
We are in 14 countries right now.
Okay.
Our biggest market is at the moment is still Vietnam. Then Germany, Russia is growing. Hong Kong is growing very fast, and hopefully into China. We are in Czechoslovakia. We are in Kazakhstan. We are in Denmark. About 14 countries. I can't really remember. Japan. We are very popular in Japan. We don't sell a lot in Japan. It's very interesting, but we are a very popular brand in Japan that even their magazines in Japan would highlight Tanamera if they're highlighting Malaysia. So even in Malaysia, one of our biggest market segment are Japanese expats who are staying in Malaysia.
I see.
Yeah.
So every success have their own secret. But what is the secret of Tanamera's?
I think, I think one of our biggest secret, what is it?
Secret of success.
Secret of success. I think being honest with ourselves. We try not to be who we are not. You realize that a lot of Malaysian brand, especially Malay brand, have a lot of French name, le, de, you know, everybody want to be Mat Saleh, right? We refuse to do that. We are Malaysian, we are proud to be Malaysian. We don't say French technology, we are Malaysian technology. All our products are designed by Malaysian designers, manufactured by our own factory. I think the secret of our success is that we are who we are. We try not to be who we are not, and we are very, very honest. We don't try to tell people what you know. We don't tell people lies, and because of that, it was very slow at first for people to trust us, but we never waver in our belief. And Alhamdulillah, I think now when it comes to Tanamera as a brand, is a very credible brand that people trust, you know, and that's to me is the most important thing. So we make sure our products are safe, our products are effective, you know, and also international standard.
I see. So now tell us about the Tanamera products. Are they really 100% natural, sourced from natural raw materials?
Okay, of course, like certain things like our scrubs are 100% plant-based. Like for example, we do have the raw scrub like the lulo, the mange. When I travel, I actually have cooked with it before, nak goreng ikan, right? I actually use our mange because I don't have any spices. Because you know we Malaysian, when we travel, we must have something that is Malaysian flavored. So, and I actually cook with it to show. I mean, it's not even to prove, because I know everything that we do is completely natural. Like our virgin coconut oil is extremely popular, especially for women before they give birth. It's food grade. A lot of our products are food grade. But there are certain ingredients, like for example, when you do body wash, shampoo, when you do things like facial wash, moisturizer, it's not possible to have crude plant-based. So what we do is that every single ingredient in our products have to come from plant source. Even though it's a chemical, but it's a plant-based chemical. That means, for example, we do not use any petroleum-based ingredient. Like in most shampoo, they use this thing called sodium lauryl sulfate. We don't use sodium lauryl sulfate. We use plant-based surfactants. Other chemicals use chemical preservative like parabens, benzoate, and all that. We do not use that. We only use plant-based natural preservative like citrus seed extract, rosmarinic acid. So in that regard, we are 100% plant-based.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are the types of products do you have in line currently?
Tanamera basically have quite a lot of products. In total, we have nearly about 200 over types, but we broke it into 3 segments. One is the retail side. The retail side, we have about 120 products. That one from body wash, shampoo, soaps, facial wash, scrubs, massage oils, postnatal set. Our postnatal set is our best-selling, very popular. And then we have the professional side where we actually go to macam the spa. They want to buy in kilos. So that we have the professional. We have about 70, 80 products. And then we have the hotel range, which is about, at the moment, about 8 products. The small hotel range and all that. So at the moment, we only have about, in total, nearly about 200 over.
I see. That's a lot.
It is, yeah.
So where does the most of these raw materials come from?
All over the world. We try to get as much as possible from Malaysia, but unfortunately Malaysia are not able to supply the materials that we want. Like maybe some of the herbs we use, like pandan, some of the rice we use in our scrub. We use a lot of rice, pulut and all the stuff. Yes, we try to get it from Malaysia, but we get our raw material as far as France, US, China, Hong Kong, all over the world actually, as long as it comply to the ingredient standard that we want. So we don't limit where it comes from, but as much as possible, if there is an alternative in Malaysia, we will get it from Malaysia.
I see. So what comes to mind when crafting each individual care product? Are they based on customers' demands?
Yes, in a way, and no, in one way. It's quite hard to say. Because the consumers are only interested in product that they know exists. Okay, like for example, virgin coconut oil. We've been selling our virgin coconut oil for many years, and our virgin coconut oil, we always tell people to apply it on their skin, even though our virgin coconut oil is food grade. Because of regulatory, we tell people, you can apply it on the skin. We put it under cosmetics. But then somehow or other people started taking it, drinking it. It's food grade. So memang when people take it when they drink it, people keep asking, is it safe? I say yes, because it's food grade. I use my own virgin coconut oil to cook every day because I don't use any oil but virgin coconut oil. And but now, from previously where people still use it as application for their hair, for their skin, as a moisturizer, as a makeup cleanser, but a lot more people start to drinking it, and especially for women who before they give birth, jadi minyak selusuh, where they call it, right? It seems that if you drink it, if you apply it in the private part before you give birth, they say the baby will come out much easier. Okay, so it too. But we also, it goes both ways. We look at what's available in the market sometimes, and we know a lot of product that's in the market are synthetic based. So what we do, we try to make it as natural as possible. Like one of the challenge I have is a hairstyling cream. All the hairstyling cream are all synthetic. So we have come up with a version that's 100% plant-based, that not only would hold the hair, soft hair, but nourish the hair. I don't use it because I don't have much hair. It's too late for me. So things like that. Sometimes you have to create, you have to guide the consumers. Sometimes you listen to the consumers. There's no set rules in this regard. Yeah.
So as for Tanamera, which products is customers' hot pick?
When we come to volume, it definitely been the soap. Our soap is popular, extremely popular everywhere in the world. From Germany all the way to Japan, all the way to Vietnam, all the way to Malaysia. Our soap range is extremely popular. But when it comes to popularity, I think where Tanamera is very well known for is actually our postnatal set, our set bersalin. Our postnatal set is very high quality because we created it for export market. We are the only postnatal brand in Malaysia, I would say even the world, that have export our postnatal. Most of the, if you notice, postnatal product in the market are only sold for the Malaysian community, you know. But in our case, we have created our postnatal to make it international standard, and also in Malaysia is used by Malay, Chinese, Indian, you know, everybody use Tanamera postnatal. So I think that is our most popular product, I would say, in Malaysia. Yeah.
So you are also working towards safeguarding our environment by working with eco-conscious hoteliers. How is that going along, and what prompted Tanamera to do so?
Well, the tenets of Tanamera from start have always been three. One, they have to be human friendly. That means every single ingredient have to be safe. That means there's no dangerous chemical inside like paraben, coloring, perfume. We don't use any perfume, we use only essential oil. So it have to be human safe. And then it have to be animal friendly. That means we don't use anything on animals testing. We are against completely animal testing. Even the ingredient, we make sure none of the ingredients have gone through animal testing. That's why we are certified vegetarian in the UK, because we have never done any animal testing. And also the last but not least is the earth friendly part. So Tanamera have always been very focused on making the product as environmentally friendly as possible. And for example, all our spray does not have any propellant, you know, it's a normal traditional spray. If you look at Tanamera product, we don't have a lot of boxes. As much as possible, we minimize the box usage, because most people, what do they do with box? They will throw it away, you know, so why do you need to have a box? And also that will manage the cost, of course, saving. And also, as much as possible, the paper that we use are all non-bleached, fully recycled paper. And the plastic that we use is dioxin-free. And also at the same time, we work with NGOs like Econites, where a certain proceed of our sales online actually goes to Econites for their education of environmental education to schools children. So that's how we work together with different NGOs. Yeah.
I see. So last but not least, what is your future plan for Tanamera and expansion going forward?
Well, we from day one, we have always wanted to be known as a Malaysian brand, international Malaysian brand. You know, we do not want to sell only a product. We want to sell our country, our people. You know, as Malaysian, especially yes, it's focused a lot more on the Malay art of wellness. But you know, we are part of Malaysia. So when we go internationally, we always highlight what's the beauty about Malaysia. And our biggest plan, of course, is actually to go into more countries. Now we are only in 14 countries. You know, we want to go as many countries as possible. We just, our partner just opened the Tanamera retail showcase in Hong Kong. So we want to open more internationally. We are hoping one day, very soon, we will be opening in Japan, inshallah. So you never know, maybe we can even get Tun Mahathir to officiate, you never know when. Because he loves going to Japan all the time. So that's our dream. So yeah, we want to be a brand that internationally respected and something that Malaysian can be very proud of. That's always been our end game, our goal for Tanamera.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's all for today. Thank you very much, and good luck for future for Tanamera.
Terima kasih. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
So now we're taking our short break, and we'll be right back afterwards.